Well, I think between us four, we all brought our own different sort of aspects. I know you were sort of the big driving force wanting to get meetings started. It hit Sunday at 7 o'clock. It's like, right, we got to go. We got to start.
Yeah, I agree. I think we all brought something different to the table. Chris was the mastermind of the website, the guy that sent you the message on a Friday night to do a match report. Athos was the annoying one. Nah, jokes. Athos was the... he brought some good points to the table, some different sort of views. And Brooke was always really good as well with, her puns. I reckon that was part of the best parts. She loved the puns. But all serious, Brooke always brought a different viewpoint, and I thought that was really good in terms of ours were always very polar, and Brooke was sort of like the one in the middle that sort of like played the steady role. And I thought that was always really good because Athos and I or Chris always butt heads.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think having that kind of, not level head, but just like the kind of mediator between these three, just like going at each other. I think that was really important, but also I think Athos and his like controversial kind of views always brought discussion and generated kind of, it was just nice to have like a different view on the whole thing. I think that was really good as well because it generated discussion and just helped us talk more and just Yeah,
well, a lot of the time our personalities on air transitioned off air sometimes, like with the group meetings. And it's good because on there we were able to capture our personalities and we weren't limited to what we had to say. We were quite free and we took a few liberties with a range of things, which was good because the audience want to see us for who we are, and I think we really gave them that.
Well, I think we were very fortunate to, click so easily, not just with us, but everyone behind the scenes. Sort of, we were really tight on set, off set, had that really good relationship. So that translated well into a working one. And I think that's probably one of the key things. If you're working with the right people, it makes everything so much easier, and we were really blessed to just hit it off so quickly.
I agree. I think that it's good that we found like a good group of about 6, 7, 8 crew,
yeah.
And also having someone like Luke who was sort of the guidance. And I think if you want to start, make sure you have, like, especially if you want to start anything, if it's a podcast or TV show, make sure you find a good bunch of people and people that work together collaboratively, all have their own specific roles, and literally don't like wait. If you got an idea, do it. And I'm sure there'll always be people, especially if you're at uni, who facilitate that because all the stuff is here. Just make sure you get the correct guidance and.
I think also finding people that have the same interests as you also helps. I mean, if one of us didn't like footy as much as we did, it'd probably be a different show. But even just everyone else who helps out, just what they're interested in, like whether it's like directing or like camera stuff, or whether it's simply just learning the ropes of how all of this magic happens. I think it's really important to find people that you work well together with and aren't scared to just voice your opinion.
Yeah, certainly playing to people's strengths is something you really have to do working in a group. So I know one pet hate that I've got related back to football is in the draft, they would recruit a gun full forward. But the coaches would say, we're going to turn him into a defender. Well, no, you recruited him to kick goals, use him as a full forward. So it's kind of, working as a group, you've got to play to strengths. And it is difficult when you're working with people you're so close to, especially when you're bouncing around ideas, because a lot of the time people can feel like they're being shut down. But I think one thing that we all sort of came to realise was that everyone just wants the best for the show, and changes or different opinions aren't personal attacks. They're looking to just improve the show, and if you understand that, no one's feelings get hurt because none of the digs are personal. It's all about just getting the best out of the show.
Yeah, in the same vein as well, like, play to everyone's strengths, but don't be afraid of the unknown. Like, we'd never done anything like this before. We'd never stood in front of a camera. Our tech crew had never touched a panel, seen a panel, anything like that in our lives, and we've picked it up on the fly. So you got to, play to the strengths, but don't be too scared to, take a chance.
I think if you want to get your teacher's advice is really important. Like if it's anyone, if you're inside the journalism faculty or you're learning in any sort of university or media faculty, make sure you use the teachers we have. We're very blessed that we have a brilliant array of teachers who have guided us in the right way, guys like Tito and Phil. We started this podcast last year, and it was just literally, I messaged this kid after about knowing him for about 2 weeks and said, let's start a podcast, let's give it a crack. And it's gone from being something really small to now being this, 1 hour, a live audience. And look, there's nothing more we could say. We're so thankful because, without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are. It's just sum it up perfectly.
Yeah, and just shout out to Isaac, who was our first caller on the podcast. Had to force him into it, but he got the job done. Whinged about Carlton a little bit, but it's alright. What can you do?
Called me a pork chop.
If you guys have one piece of advice for people trying to do a similar thing to you, what would it be?
Take a chance. Never know where you're going to end up. Never know what's going to happen.
Don't be afraid of who you're going to network with. Always reach out and make sure you find people with common interests.
Always take feedback on board, regardless, but it's never personal, it's always instructional.
I think you got to follow your dreams and never say never.
So